As the torrent of enemy fire was directed at Lori's Humvee, she gunned the engine, accelerating to 45 miles per hour. She weaved the 5-ton military vehicle as best as she could to avoid the worst of the incoming bullets. She had just turned to go around a disabled trailer when a rocket-propelled grenade streaked through the air, hitting the vehicle's front left tire. With no way to control the Humvee, it crashed into the back of the disabled trailer. Lori Piestewa was the first female United States soldier to be killed in the Iraq War. She is also believed to be the first Native American woman to be killed while participating in modern-day combat. Her hometown of Tuba City, Arizona, dedicated a local mountain peak to be renamed in her honor. The Piestewa family had a long tradition of military service. Her paternal grandfather served in the U.S. Army in World War II, and her father was drafted into the Army in 1965 and served in combat during the Vietnam War. Born on December 14, 1979, Lori's Hopi tribe name was Kocha Hanmana, or White Bear Girl. Life was tough growing up on the reservation, with high unemployment and few job options. Being strong-willed and independent, Lori hated the idea of being a young adult single mom living with her parents and having them help her and her children with bills. Besides Lori's family history of serving their country, Lori saw the military as a way to support her children and help her achieve her dream of going to college. Lori signed up for the Army in late 2001. When her unit deployed to Iraq, Lori was medically held back. She had severely injured her shoulder in a training exercise and was just recovering from surgery. With her strong sense of duty, Lori went to her supervisors and argued to allow her to deploy with her comrades. They agreed only if she could convince her doctor to sign off early that her injury was fully healed. Lori toughed it out through her medical clearance exam and was given permission to deploy with her unit. Lori served as a member of the U.S. Army's 507th Maintenance Company, a support unit comprised of repair and maintenance personnel. On March 23, 2003, Lori was driving a Humvee on a convoy mission. The main convoy, with the smaller and faster vehicles, had left 2 hours earlier before the rest of the heavy military trucks. The supply company was now at half strength, deep in hostile territory, and without the protection of the forward battalion. During the mission, Private First Class Jessica Lynch's truck broke down, and she got into the Humvee that Lori was driving. The convoy was traveling through the desert and was meant to bypass the town of Nasiriyah, but it got lost and was caught in an ambush. After being hit by a rocket-propelled grenade and crashing, Lori, Shoshana Johnson, and Jessica Lynch all survived the crash with serious injuries. 3 other soldiers in the Humvee died that day. They were taken prisoner along with 4 others. Al Jazeera Television later aired a video showing Lori and several of the other prisoners of war inside an Iraqi hospital. In an excerpt from Jessica Lynch's book, I'm a Soldier Too, The Jessica Lynch Story, she claimed that Lori sustained a severe head wound during the incident. The Iraqi doctors were possibly unable to perform surgery due to equipment limitations, including intermittent power grid electrical issues. The Piestewa family watched television news interviews of people in her unit being interviewed by Iraqi TV, and for more than a week they waited, hoping for any news. All around her hometown, signs were hung out reading, "Put your porch light on, show Lori the way home." On April 1, 2003, U.S. Marines and Navy SEALs, under the command of the Army, staged a diversionary attack to draw any Iraqi soldiers away from the hospital in Nasiriyah. Meanwhile, an element from the Joint Special Operations Task Force 121 launched a nighttime raid on the hospital and successfully retrieved Lynch, but were unable to locate Lori. The Army declared her as missing in action. Lynch's subsequent recovery was the first successful rescue of an American prisoner of war since World War II, and the first ever of a woman. Special forces later discovered a mass shallow grave near the hospital. One of the bodies that was later positively identified was Lori Piestewa. She had apparently survived the crash but died at the hospital a short time later. It is unclear when, how, or why she died. Lori was only 23 years old at the time of her death. After her death, she was posthumously promoted to specialist, and later that year, the Grand Canyon State Games became the Lori P. S. Tawa Games, in honor of her love of sports.